everyone, you're welcome to my Professor Note. This is Bhupesh Sharma. Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about the latest pattern of the UGC NET English. So, after studying the past 3 to 4 years of question papers, I have divided this pattern into the three sections. First one is your understanding, next one is your surface and essence, and third one is your memory-based questions. We cannot deny that most of the questions still are based on the memory, where we get questions like you have to remember the important writer name, you have to match them with their following works, with their publishers, with their editors, with their most important lines, with their most important characters. And these questions can be asked in the form of matching the pairs, or simply there will be a questions and you will be given the four option from where you have to choose the one. So 50 to 60% of the questions are still based on your memory only. Then we have this surface and essence. In surface and essence, what we have seen earlier is that in our literary theory and our literary criticism, we had questions where we just have to remember the name of the work or the and of the person who have written that. But now you have to know that what that work actually says, where you are asked questions like assertion and reasoning, right, where you are asked questions on the basis of statements, right. You will be given two statements and you have to choose that if both of them are right or wrong. So here it means that you not merely have to read the work. Now, for example, in our literary theory we have this Michel Foucault, right. Michel Foucault has written work like Madness and Civilization, Your Discipline and Punish. You know, maybe the name of these works, maybe you know when these works were published, but you also have to know that what these works are, right. Is there any character? Are these works divided into any sections, right? What these works says, what are they based on, what is the theme of these works? So you have to know that as well. Earlier we didn't used to read just every single work of the literary critiques, right. We didn't used to read every single work of the literary theorist, right. But now but now we have to, because it is very important. For example, grammatology of your uh, of your Derrida, right. This work 1966 published. So this work is very important. So you should go for its summary, that what this work actually discuss, or what this work actually says, because these are the kind of questions which are being asked there if you want to get your JRF. Because we know that if we want to have that dramatic change in our life, that is only JRF. Only JRF can do that thing, right. So reading works to its crux, that what that work actually says, this is very important, and this is a new shift, and this is the latest pattern, what we can say here, that not merely the name of that work. For example, we were asked these questions from his poetic literary work. It was a prose work on poetry, written by the Harold Bloom, and we had a question based on that. Well, I can say that my pen is not working here. I'm really sorry. Harold Bloom, there's something wrong. Uh, Harold Bloom have discussed their things like how should be a poetry written. Well, I can say that most of the questions there which were asked there can be given just by understanding that paragraph. It was that easy. But I should say that the important critique and their important works should be read. You have to read them, right. It becomes very, very important. Only then you will be able to accomplish a dream of JRF. Second one, we have the understanding. Here we have the questions based on the comprehension only. For example, we have this question asked from Montaigne. If you are someone who is a reader or a good observer, I bet you that you can answer all these questions very, very easily. There's nothing which can stop you from giving the right answer of it, right? So for this sake, your observation should be good. You need to have a very focused mind. You have to read that comprehension with a great focus. So once knowing its essence, just start answering all the questions. So the whole pattern can be divided into these three things. The first thing is still the ratification, right? For what you have to go with the important writers, like we have your Charles Dickens, we have your Shakespeare, we have your Jane Austen, we have your romantic prose writers, right? You cannot miss these, right? I mean, these are the some of the writers and groups of writers we have that you cannot afford to miss, right? And then we have the important other literary works earlier, which were only there was no need to, I mean, read their summaries. It was enough to read their name only, right? As in your literary theory, who used to read the works of the Derrida? Who used to read the works of the Gayatri Spivak? How many of you have read her subaltern, right? Very few people, right? Or who are doing their further studies or research work. But now you have to know their essence at least. So this is what the requirement which has been become of this time now. So you have to pay attention to that as well. And then we have this understanding section where it is all about good observation and good reading skill. So this is the latest pattern of UGC NET English here we have. And if you want to get access to the My Professor note, which includes all your 10 units, so you simply have to just contact me on the below given numbers, which I have given in the description box. Very soon I'll be back with another relevant video. Till then time, keep pushing your limits. This is Bhupesh Sharma signing off.